The Met Police have shot dead a man in his 30s after he tried to force himself into a building armed with a crossbow at Bywater Place, Surrey Quays. The force said the incident happened in the early hours of Tuesday before 5 a.m. We can welcome Nick Ellaby, the Talk TV correspondent, who was at the scene earlier. Hello to you, Nick.
Good evening, John.
So tell me, what did you see down there?
So I arrived probably around just after 10 a.m. and there was the yellow and white forensic tent outside this property. What we heard, as you mentioned at the top, was that just before 5 a.m., a man armed with a crossbow and other weapons was trying to gain entry to that property. A number of local officers from the borough of Southwark attended. And then when the man threatened them and the people inside, armed officers took over. As I understand it, according to the Met Police, the man then managed to get into that house, was shot dead by an armed officer and died on the scene. There were already ambulance crews there. They gave him first aid at the scene, but weren't able to revive him. When we got there later on in the morning, we saw lots of items in plastic bags around that forensic tent. And then the paramedics' kit bag was still on the road. And there were probably about 3 different forensic scientist vans, crime scene investigation vans, a massive police presence. And then obviously people wandering past who lived in the area or were local to the area, who all told us they were really shocked about what had happened, saying it was quite a quiet, close, lots of families around there, lots of primary schools in the area as well, 5 primary schools on that little peninsula. It's just over the river from Canary Wharf. I do have to say that there are 2 people inside the property that were treated for minor injuries, but they're okay. And as far as I know, the Met Police is still looking for that man who died, his next of kin, to inform them. And we still don't know the identity of that man who was trying to gain entrance to the house. But there are photos taken by colleagues of mine today with a drone that show a gas mask, crossbow bolts, and other bits and pieces still on the pavement today.
Right. Is there any notion, Nick, maybe the answer is absolutely not, but is there any notion of what this man was trying to achieve, to do?
Well, as I say, all we have is really that record from the police. There is a video taken by a neighbour from the other side of the property that showed local police swarming that house before armed police then entered. But in terms of what was going on, I mean, all I know is the Met Police's version that they attended. The guy was threatening 2 people inside that house, then threatened police officers and was armed with a crossbow and other weapons as well. But more than that, we've only got the police's record of events so far, John.
Okay, Nick Ellaby, thank you so much.